Okay, hey y'all, welcome back. It's Shari Nicole. As you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be discussing my 10,000 miles training experience. Yes, I have to drive 10,000 miles before I can be released to drive solo. Company policy. And I seen that it's a policy somewhere else too in another company. But anyway, so I'm just gonna tell you in this video how my first 2 weeks went. And when I say 2 weeks, I really just mean 10 days, but I actually only work 9. So this particular trainer, their schedule ran Monday through Friday. Started at, they needed to be at the yard at 3 a.m. And let me remind you, these are 12-hour shifts. So 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. ideally, okay? So the first 2 days were good. We did a excuse me, a bluebell run. So taking milk to Bluebell, and they either accept or reject it. And for the most part, they accepted it. The first week they accepted it. So we were there about 2.5 hours, really 2 hours and like 55 minutes, almost 3 hours basically. So that week, all we did was bluebell runs. So I only ended up doing 1,683 miles. And I would have done at least 400 more if Thursday I didn't roll back over. Because I have to get up at 1:45 a.m. I have to go to sleep by 6 p.m. if I want a full 8 hours of sleep. So 6, 7-ish is like a good time for me to go to sleep. Anything after that is pushing it, and I'm going to be tired in the morning. So Wednesday night, I went to bed like 9:40 p.m. When the alarm went off at 1:45, I turned it off. I remember catching a Charlie horse in my calf, as I stretched. And I remember saying, ouch, 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 rolling over. And I ended up falling back asleep. And I woke back up. I jumped up with all this energy at 3:05 a.m. And by that time, I was supposed to be at the yard. That time, we doing pre-trip. We already logged into the electronic log. Excuse me, I got this lingering dry cough. But yeah, so I ended up texting my trainer. I was like, look, I'm just now getting up. I overslept. So probably not going to make it today. All he said was, okay, see you tomorrow. That was that. And I got my butt back in bed and went to sleep and enjoyed my full night's rest. And I ended up getting up and ate something. So anyway, moving along. Friday comes. Everything going good. We pick up our loaded trailer that we're supposed to bring back to our home terminal, our home yard. And the driver before us didn't do his pre-trip inspection on his trailer. Yeah. So he put us behind like 2 hours. So instead of us getting back at 3, we got back at 5. Because we had to wait 2 hours for mechanics to fix the slack adjusters on our trailer, and one of the bolts that was like lodged inside a way that it shouldn't have been lodged inside. So yeah, that day I was fed up. My trainer was fed up too. He kept saying this was BS. Yeah, but that week I learned a lot that week. Like, a lot of stuff was happening that week that I really learned a lot of, such as if somebody drops a trailer too high, how to lower the kingpin. What else I learned that week? I learned how to easily get aligned when you're about to hook up to a trailer, how to whip that thing around, bobtail the truck. What else? I learned a lot of different stuff. Like, I got filling out the paperwork for the company and what to put in my electronic logs. I got that down pat. Like, that's easy. Nothing to that. I learned how to drive in rain, in the daylight, and at night. Had to do that again today. I hope it don't rain no more while I'm out there driving. So moving on to the second week. Monday, I was already like over everything. Like, honestly, to be honest with you, I've been over this before I even started it. This was the part of the process that I was not looking forward to, because I just think it's ridiculous. Like, 2 weeks is enough. We shouldn't have to do 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. So, I don't really remember much from Monday, honestly. Yeah, it's a blur. Tuesday, I remember well because we were supposed to go to Dallas. But my trainer gave me an option to go to either Houston or Dallas. I had already heard about Dallas and how drivers didn't like the Dallas route, because you have to go from our home terminal to B or C, which is our other terminals, to pick up a loaded, take it to Dallas, Oak Farms, drop it off, pick up an empty from Dallas, take that back to our other terminals, either B or C, which they're 20 miles apart from each other. And then drop that empty at those terminals, pick up a loaded, and then bring it back to your home terminal. I did not like that, because I don't want to see those terminals more than once in a 12-hour shift. The only terminal I want to see twice is my home terminal, the one where my car is parked. That's the only one I want to see. So I was like over it. Tired, didn't want to do none of that. No. So the dispatch guy, he broke it down to me what they do or whatever, which he confirmed the rumors about Dallas. And he also said, yes, drivers don't like that one because it's just crazy. It is. And it's not like Dallas is like 30 minutes down the street from them terminals. They're like an hour 45, depending on traffic, could be pushing to 2. So it's adding more time. So instead of you doing 12-hour shift, you can end up doing a 14-hour shift. No, I need my sleep. So anyway, and I have a dog to take care of whose bladder and bowels need to be emptied at a certain time. So anyway, we end up, once the dispatch told me how Houston was, which was Houston, simply that particular day, because they already had in their mind we were supposed to go to Dallas because of people be talking wrong. We had to leave from C and go to B terminal, which, like I said, is 20 miles around the corner, to pick up a loaded trailer. Take that loaded trailer to Houston, get an empty from that same yard in Houston, and take it back to home and get in my car and go home. Simple, easy. So Tuesday and Wednesday we did the Houston runs. Loved it because we actually got back earlier than 3 o'clock. The first day, which was that Tuesday, we got back like at 2:20. The second day we got back like right at 3:00. Because we took a longer lunch break. Did we take a longer lunch break? No, we didn't take one. Not that day. I don't know, but either way, we got back at the time we were supposed to get back within that 12-hour shift. So I love those runs, and I got those miles. The first day I got the 570. The second day I got 554. And I got the 570 because like I said, we had to go to Terminal B to go get that loaded trailer that they didn't have at Terminal C for us. So this week I finished with what I finished with, $2,409 miles completed. So 2 days we did Houston, the other 3 we did Bluebell. Bluebell only gets like between 417 so far has been the lowest, and 427 has been the highest that Bluebell has gotten me. And that's too low, baby. We need to be getting 5s and above, so I can be done faster. That's the whole goal. So with that said, next week I will be getting a new trainer who actually goes on those Houston Dallas runs. And I saw him, we actually saw him on Wednesday with his trainee in Houston. They was there before us. While as we was trying to pull in, they was about to leave out. They had just hooked up to theirs. And I just saw them again today when we was dropping ours. They was coming in about to drop theirs and be done for the day. So his shift starts at 4 a.m. So that means I can get my new time that I'm gonna be waking up is 2:45 instead of 1:45, which is great. But honestly, if you think about it, it's still gonna be the same thing that I have to go to sleep. So instead of being asleep by 6, I have to be asleep by 7 o'clock. But anyway, so I decided I wanted to switch trainers, y'all. This is the cons. I don't see how people do team driving. If you're not married to your team driver, I don't see how that's gonna work out. If you're not, mother-daughter team, father-daughter team, father-son team, mother-son team, whatever, or like I said, a spouse, I don't see how that's gonna work. Because I'm over this training stuff. I'm over people being in the cab with me. Y'all, we did not have no music on at all. There's no music be on. This man be talking to me, be trying to make conversations, or he be on the phone. Men are gossipers, okay? Men are gossipers, especially these truck driving men. On the phone, just yapping, talking more junk about people than women do. And yeah, so he would call up his favorite other truck driver who worked for the same company, and they just be on the phone. Like, literally, they was on the phone yesterday for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I actually loved it because he wasn't talking to me. He wasn't bothering me. So I'm like, yeah, you distracted. Leave me alone. But he just got on my nerves, y'all. Like, since, like, maybe day 3, like, that's when he started getting on my nerves. He didn't like when I applied the knowledge that I learned in trucking school to what I was doing. He was like, well, you're in, let's say his name is Bob. You're in Bob's training. You're not at the school anymore. And I'm going to tell you, when when we would hook up to a trailer, I was taught, because of the horror stories, that you need to, even though you hear it lock and all of that, the lock and jaws lock around the kingpin, you need to visually check that it actually locked around the kingpin. So he would get mad that I would visually check. He'd be trying to rush me to go ahead and hook up my service lines and electrical lines and all of that, and emergency lines. Instead of, when I'm busy trying to make sure we really connected. And then he was like, he said, who taught you that at the school? I was like, yeah. He ain't like that. Yeah, anything, And it's because he has beef with the trainers at that school. Like, they don't even communicate. But whatever. So yeah, he would get on my nerves about that. He just one of the people who don't bite his tongue. Like, he was an old, scrawny, short white man, 68 years old. And yeah, I didn't like his attitude. And Tuesday he saw some attitude from me when we was getting into that whole because like I said, he gave me the option, y'all. He gave me the option. So when I chose Houston, we gonna get in the truck when we leave it. He was like, I never had a trainee tell me that they're not gonna go to somewhere. Sir, you gave me the option. I'm not gonna choose that Scooby-Doo ass run known as Dallas. When you gave me an option, I'm gonna choose the smooth one, Houston. He was like, and I'm not gonna hold it against you, but and I was like, if you wanted me to go to a particular place, you should have never gave me an option. You're the trainer. Don't give me the option, because if you told me that I can be done now, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna finish. So anyway, and then this week, y'all, I started wearing my mask this week. I started wearing my mask. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Because this man, like, y'all gonna see in a later video why. But I can't deal with certain odors. They're like intensified. And it's either his breath, his stank food, and this man had the nerve to be farting. And not farting where it's like, oh, they make an announcement, oh, I'm about to fart. Let me roll down a window kind of thing. It's act like nothing is happening, you fart, and I gotta get killed with the odor. And you're just sitting there in your funk and letting it come over to me, and you, like, how rude of you. Stop eating that shit. So, excuse my language for the people that's watching this. Yeah, so he just was pissing me off. Like, every little thing he was saying and doing just pissing me off. And he's repetitive because, older people, they be forgetting what they be talking about and what they've already spoke about. So they repeating stuff to you, even if it was in the same day. Another thing that got on my nerves is, like I said, with me applying what I learned in school, such as when I was hooking up and stuff. He kept telling me the first week, oh, turn the wheels this way, turn it that way. But I already had the solution in my head, and I was applying that solution. But because he's a trainer, I would tell him, no, I don't think so. I said, but okay, which way you said? So I turn what he said, and it'll throw it all off. And I'm like, exactly. And I said it many times. I said, let me follow my mind. Let me do what I was going to do. And he shut up. So after like 3 days of that, he just shut up and watched me do what I needed to do. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I got fed up with him. I'm tired of him. So I asked my people from the school who's in charge of picking the trainers to reassign me to somebody else better. And the crazy thing is, like, they warned me, but they sugarcoated it about this particular trainer, and they just sugarcoated it. They said he's an older person, and he's just, I think they might have said, like, he has his own way of doing things or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm just ready to get started, get this over with kind of thing. And then after I experienced it, let's bring back stuff to, we got a whole bunch. I got some stuff to tell y'all. After I experienced it, and I just started talking to, other people, the people at the school and just other students, they was like, oh yeah, I heard about him. I was warned about him because XYZ. And I'm like, and nobody told me this. Why y'all put me with him? But what I was gonna remember, So the other day, we 11 minutes away from our stop. This man tell me to pull over so he can get out and pee. You can't wait your little teeny bladder. Me over here been holding it for 2 hours. I can wait 11 more minutes. So anyway, yeah, that's the other thing. Just, he was very unhygienic. On top of the nasty farting, I would see him out of the corner of my eye. He was picking his nose, doing all this nasty stuff. When we flying down the highway, he taking his ball cap off and dusting his hair like most them people do. Just nasty stuff. All out the window like a little dog doing this. And yeah, just being nasty. And always eating like he got a tapeworm. But what I else was about to say, because this video is 21 minutes, and I did not mean for it to be that long. But like I said, this dude is a gossiper, okay? He made so many comments that is enough to get him reprimanded or fired. So many. Oh yeah, he got on my nerves playing on his phone. Like the first day he had his headphones in. These last few days, he would just be over there playing videos, different stuff, playing some some comedy dudes. Obviously a black comedy guy, and of course he in the in his little whatever, using the N-word and stuff. And like I'm listening to that, like it was just very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. I'm like, where's your headphones? Nobody wants to hear that. I would rather hear silence, honestly. Yeah, he was talking trash about everybody, the drivers, a manager, like, so I was just so over him, and I'm definitely going to leave a good review about him when this is over. So yeah, sorry, I was reading a text, distracted. But anyway, the part 2 to this video will be my last what? How many is it? It's really like 2.5 weeks that I have left to do, aka 11 business days. And like I told you in the beginning of this video, the weeks are not the 14, are not 7 days. It's 5 days. Because the drivers here usually work 5 days and then be off 2 days. So, but anyway, y'all, that's so far has been my experience. I have 5,000 and let's see how many miles I got left. I got like 5,908, I think. Something like that miles left to do. And like I said, as long as we do these Houston and Dallas runs with this new trainer, which I'm under the impression that we will do, then I'll be done, like I said, in 11 days. 11 business days. So I'm out. See y'all in the next video.